Hey YouTube, coming back at you with another episode of Here in My Office. Just came back from an interview, and this is my office. This is going to be only about jobs. We have a little bit of positive news, and then we have some negative news. I'm not too broken up about the negative news. The negative news is that, as you know, I interviewed AIG for an audit manager two position, and they were very stressful interviews, and I went through two rounds, and they said a third round would be like a project or something like that. So they really putting you through the hoops. I got a rejection letter from AIG, and I think it's for the better because it was an insurance audit job, and I'm not an insurance auditor. They're looking for somebody with a different, more specific skill set than what I have. So that's done, and that leaves Comcast, which is an auditor position, which pays, I don't know, would struggle to get into the six figures, but it would still be better than nothing. So Comcast is still in play. And then Patriot Chevrolet over in Warminster, PA, 30 minutes away from me, they contacted me. Now, most of these jobs for automotive sales, they want somebody with experience, but now I have my real estate experience, and that's probably working for me because he was interested that I'm a real estate agent. And the interview went well. I went through my experience, which is all nothing to do with auto sales, but I took them through what I did at New Era and at Wells Fargo and at HSBC, and went through my experience. And then I just said, well, in order to make the money that I was making in audit, I'd have to be a rock star auto salesperson. And he said, yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for rock stars. And I said, so what's the typical compensation? He said something like, you get a guaranteed $325 a week just for walking through the door, just for showing up. And then everything else, of course, is commission. And they say that the commission for this job will get you anywhere between $60,000 and $120,000 a year. So that's a big range. So if I was at the top of that range, I would be at like a senior auditor pay, and instead of being a senior auditor, I'd be selling cars. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to get to what I need. So I really hope to get an offer from these people. But you don't know. I'm not a seasoned automotive salesperson. It's a bit of a leap of faith they'd have to take in me to get me into the door. So I went to that interview today, and he said they would be making a decision in the next couple days, or not next couple days, next couple weeks. They still have more people to interview. And he said he gets a lot of people interviewing that aren't serious, and they're just interviewing for their unemployment because they have to go to interviews. And I said, that's not me. And he said, oh, no, I'm not saying that was. So maybe the competition isn't that stiff. And, you only need a high school diploma to do this job. And I have an MBA. I have all this education. So it's got to go for something. So hopefully it gives me the edge and they give me an offer. And then I'll give you a firsthand experience of what it's like working at an automotive dealership. So that's that. And then while I was coming home, I received an email from Wells Fargo for an audit manager position, another audit manager position at Wells Fargo in the consumer banking space, and to schedule an interview. So I'll be scheduling an interview at Wells Fargo, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. And that's audit manager, so that would get me back to the 150,000 probably, what I used to make, and that would be good. So we got Wells Fargo, Comcast, and Chevrolet. So that's what's going on, guys. I haven't been Instacarting. I mean, I haven't been DoorDashing lately, just because I feel like my time is better spent applying to jobs and taking these Zillow calls, these Zillow real estate agent calls for the last day. I think today is the last day. So any calls that come through, I need to take them. I can't be door dashing and not be able to answer my phone. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'll probably get back to door dashing next week, or this week, maybe next couple days. Other than that, I signed up for Rover, and I got approved. So my wife does Rover, and she does very well at it. So now Rover is where you're pet sitting and walking dogs. It's an app. It's a gig work app for side hustling, dog walking. So if I get any walks, if I get any requests to take care of a dog, I will do it, and I will report the results back in my Here in My Office segment. Um, but other than that, the DoorDash work for the money, like $10 an hour, is what it kind of shook out to sometimes, because you're supposed to be making like 20 an hour. That's at least what they advertise. But when I go out for 3 or 4 hours, I'll usually make like 40 or $50 at the most. $50. So yeah, it's tough to stay out there and drive the car for hours on end. It's a lot of driving. So I told the guy at the dealership, I didn't tell the dealership about my door dashing experience. I just told them that I haven't been getting the results in real estate that I've wanted, which is true. So I'm not telling them a lie. And I think I like cars so much. They have a McLaren here. They have a McLaren Philadelphia. So maybe I'll apply to them and see if my real estate experience means anything. But I could also apply to. I mean, if I get this job at Chevrolet, I could sell Chevys for a year or two, and then maybe move into selling McLarens. So I think it would be cool. So while I'm an auditor at heart, and I'm still going to go for these audit jobs, I'm at the point where I'm going to have to think about a next step, next career. If I can't land an audit job, that's what this automotive sales thing is all about. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll make a follow-up video the next couple days when I get some more action. I get maybe a second interview from Comcast or an initial interview from Wells Fargo, and we'll just go from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.